I have a collab today for you. The Sweet Valerie Hill here on YouTube. I will link all the other gals' channels down below. She came up with a collab for things we wish we would have known before we became mothers or parents. And she said we can do as many as we want, you know, 5, 10, whatever. And I was thinking about this for a while, and I don't know if I even came up with a set number, but I will probably do like, I'm going to say like 7, because I'll probably talk for a while in this video, because I only have one son. I have my son. I wish, one of the things I wish I'd have known before I became a mother was that how fast your life changes. Your life changes so fast. I mean, as soon as you get pregnant, it's like everything. It scared me. It scared me really badly. And I know you might think, oh, you should be happy. And I was, and I wasn't. At first, I was just so shocked how fast it happened, because it was after we'd only been married for 6 months, and then, you know, I got pregnant, and I was like, it was a very, very quick thing, and it wasn't what I had planned. Of course, it never is, but I just, in my mind, it took me a long time to come to reality or terms with it and say, here, this is here, we've got, you know, we're going to be parents. We're going to, it's, you know, it's going to change our lives forever. And number 2, how much it was going to hurt. I mean, my mom told me, you know, my mom was very informative of how everything was going to go. You know, I had a great, what do you call those? It's not, I didn't have a doctor. I had a, I can't think what they're called. But anyway, she informed me very well, and I had opted to do a epidural, which I'll get into that in a second. Because I was like, oh no, there's no way I can handle that pain and everything. And I did really well right at the beginning. You know, I was very unsure about how it was going to be, but I did really well. But I was in labor for so long. And I was trying not to do an epidural when I found out what an epidural was, because in my brain, I thought they just stuck a needle in you and gave you some pain medicine. No, 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 no. The epidural is a very long needle that they stick in your spine, and you have to stay very still if you want an epidural. So yeah, they poked me like 4 or 5 times because I could not stay still to get the epidural. Number 3 would be to not do an epidural. And the reason I say that is because I have issues with my back to this day because of that epidural. I got an epidural when I was actually at a 9. They don't normally do that. They usually do it right at the beginning when you're, you know, like a 5 or 6 or 4. I think it's between 4 or 6. They don't like to do it past a certain, when you've gotten to a certain number. And they did it to me several times, and I have nerve issues. I bend over and I have numbness in my legs. And so, yeah, my number 3 would say don't do an epidural. I don't care how much pain you're in. Do not do an epidural. Because honestly, at the time, it was what I chose to do, and I don't regret it now, but if I had another one, I would do it differently. Number 4, how much love and joy you would have when your child is born. You carry them around for 9 months, but it's so different when you have them and you know, they come out and they're crying, and you can hear them and you can see them, because for 9 months you know you felt them, but you weren't able to see what they looked like, or you weren't able to, you know, hear them. And for the first time to hear them cry and, you know, look at them and say, that's my baby, that's my baby. I can't explain it. You have to feel it, and you have to know it. Once you have your baby and you held them in your arms for the first time, you'll know that love will come sweeping over you, and you'll know, no matter how much pain you put up through, how much sickness you had to go through, everything that you had to go through, it was worth every second, every moment of it. And I'd do it again. I love my son a lot, and I can't imagine my life without him. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I was very in a shock. I was very, like, oh my gosh, this is going to change our lives forever. And at first, I was very terrified. I was terrified that I was going to be a horrible mother. I was terrified that I was going to be a bad parent. But I knew at that moment right there, when my child was born, I knew that no matter what happened, he was everything. And I would love him and do everything I could for him. And I still, to this day, do. I mean, he's 4, and I look back and I say I wouldn't change any of it. None of it. None of the decisions I made, none of the things that I did, I wouldn't change any of it. I mean, you know, yeah, I would do it differently if I get pregnant again and have a second kid, but I wouldn't change what I did with my son. You know, I was able to have him naturally, and my husband was able to cut the cord and everything. And I say, if you can do all those things, do it. And they let me hold him even when he was still attached to the cord right away. They laid him on my skin, and I don't regret any of that. I don't even know what number I'm at. Let's say I'm number 5. How much crap you don't have to take to the hospital. At first time mom, you think you've got to pack 500,000 things, you know, and then you're thinking, did I forget something? Did I forget my camera? Because honestly, you want to take pictures, because if you don't have your camera, then you know, and you're thinking you got to need this and you got to have that, and well, you need this and this for the baby, and really, you don't need all that stuff. Pack some clothes, pack some baby clothes, pack a few things for the baby. You're not going to, unless you know you're going to be there for a while, then again, you might want to pack more. But I was only there for a few days, and I had way too much crap. And then they send you home with all kinds of crap. They send you home with clothes and, well, not clothes, but they send you home with, like, just different things. The hospital will send you home. At least my hospital did. They sent me home with a bunch of different things. All right, let's say number 6. I wish I'd have known this before I was a parent, that how to treasure every moment, because they grow up so fast. To treasure those moments when they say their first word, they try their first food, they take their first step. Treasure every moment with your child, because once they're gone forever, and you can't take them back, and you can't go back. They're gone forever. And I treasured every moment. I took thousands of pictures, literally thousands of pictures. Please take as many pictures as you can, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Take however many pictures you want. Take 1 billion. It doesn't matter. Because in that moment right there, you're going to remember it forever. If you have that picture, you'll know, and you'll look back and you'll remember that moment. But if you don't have a picture, you're not going to remember, because your brain kind of gets fried after you have a baby, which is going to be my, actually I probably have to do more than number 7. That's going to be my number 7. It's like when you become a parent, it's like your brain just kind of turns into a mush, and you can't remember anything, and I wish I'd have known that before I was pregnant, and, you know, to think about how much things I would forget, and you know, it just frustrates me to pieces when I can't remember things. And I know I'm not stupid, and it's just my brain is like in La La Land, and I've got it going 100 directions, because I'm thinking about what my son is telling me, and I'm thinking about what I need to do, and then I'm thinking about what was I thinking about before that. So just cherish every moment. Cherish every moment. I think there was one other thing I wanted to say. Number 8. Number 8. Yeah, I can't remember where my... See? There you go. My brain's in La La Land. Alright, well, that's all I can think of at this moment right now. I know there's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Alright, guys, I will see you in my next video, and I thank you so much, Valerie Hill, for coming up with this collab and you know, letting us do this together with you, and I truly appreciate it, and it really makes me stop and think and remember how much I love my child and how much I love being a parent, no matter what, being a mother. It reminds me to be able to, if I had to stop and think about this, it helped me remember all the reasons why I love being a mom. So I really, truly appreciate that, Valerie. I will see you in my next video. Bye!